The golden years, a time, we're often told, for quiet reflection, for finally savoring the fruits of a lifetime's labor, a chapter for cherished moments, perhaps with grandchildren on your knee or long-anticipated travels. Yet, for countless souls, this cherished phase is instead shadowed by a persistent, heavy cloud, the relentless, often exhausting weight of family drama. It can feel like a tangled knot, tightening with each passing year, its insidious grip stealing the very peace you've worked so hard to earn. It whispers doubts, reopens old wounds, and casts a pall over even the brightest days. Perhaps it's the sibling rivalry that never truly faded, the adult child whose choices bring endless worry, or the unspoken resentment simmering beneath the surface of holiday gatherings. This isn't the serenity you imagined, is it? It's a profound disconnect between the tranquil vision of later life and the often turbulent reality. You might find yourself replaying arguments in the quiet hours of the night or dreading a phone call you know will leave you drained. The desire to fix things, to smooth over every ripple, to control outcomes that are fundamentally beyond your reach can become an overwhelming burden. But what if there was a way to untangle that knot, to loosen its grip, not by changing others, but by profoundly changing your relationship with the drama itself, to truly, deeply let it go? What if the key to unlocking this longed-for tranquility has been available for centuries, waiting for you to discover its power? Welcome, dear friends, to a journey not of escape, but of profound liberation. As we navigate the later stages of life, the echoes of past conflicts, the sharp edges of present disagreements, and the unspoken burdens of complex family dynamics can become profoundly taxing. We've dedicated years, decades even, to building, nurturing, and protecting. We've poured our hearts into our families, often placing their needs and happiness before our own. Now, it's time to consider protecting our inner sanctuary. It's time to safeguard the peace of mind you've so rightfully earned. We often find ourselves caught in loops of obligation, guilt, or frustration, believing we must carry the emotional weight of every family member, every dispute, every unfulfilled expectation. But this constant striving, this yearning for an ideal that may never materialize, is, as ancient wisdom teaches us, the very source of our suffering. Today, we will turn to an ancient wisdom, a philosophy not of cold detachment, but of profound inner strength and resilience. Stoicism. It offers us a remarkably powerful, time-tested lens through which to view these complex relationships. It's a philosophy that teaches us how to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, how to cultivate an unshakable inner calm amidst external chaos, and how to define our own happiness independent of the actions or opinions of others. Stoicism doesn't promise to magically change your family members. Instead, it offers you the profound tools to change your reaction to them, and in doing so, to fundamentally transform your own experience. It provides a robust framework for understanding the nature of human relationships, the inevitability of human imperfection, and the liberating power of accepting what is beyond our influence. If you find yourself nodding along, if the promise of a more peaceful and resilient mind truly resonates with you, then you've found a kindred spirit here. I invite you to subscribe to the Stoic Philosophy YouTube channel. By joining our growing community, you'll gain access to more videos that delve into these timeless principles, helping your mind become stronger, more peaceful, and truly happy. Let us embark on this transformative journey together, discovering how to navigate the intricate tapestry of family life with wisdom, grace, and an unshakable sense of inner peace. Your tranquil future awaits. Think for a moment about those moments. The phone call that leaves you drained, a lingering knot of unease tightening in your chest long after you've hung up. The family gathering where tension hangs thick in the air, a silent, almost palpable presence that makes every forced smile feel like a monumental effort. The sleepless nights, replaying old arguments, revisiting past hurts, or agonizing over choices you wish you could rewind and change. Family, for all its profound beauty, its deep-seated connections, and its irreplaceable comfort, can also be the source of our deepest wounds and most persistent anxieties. It's a paradox, isn't it? The very people who are meant to be our refuge can, at times, feel like the architects of our deepest disquiet. This isn't just about minor squabbles. It's about the unique, often inescapable challenge of familial bonds. These are relationships that are, for the most part, immutable. You can choose your friends, your colleagues, even your community, but family ties once forged remain a part of your fundamental landscape. And precisely because they are so fundamental, they are often the very ties that bind us to recurring cycles of frustration, resentment, and heartache. We often feel an overwhelming, almost primal compulsion to fix things within the family unit, to smooth over every ripple, no matter how small, to mediate every conflict, even when we are not directly involved, and to constantly strive for an elusive harmony, even when it feels like trying to hold water in a sieve. Perhaps it's the weight of unspoken expectations that presses down on you, expectations laid upon you by parents, siblings, or even your own adult children, or the sting of past criticisms that still echo in your mind, diminishing your sense of self-worth. It could be the frustration of a dynamic that never seems to change, no matter how much you try to adapt or compromise. Maybe you're caught in the middle of warring factions, perpetually tasked with keeping the peace, sacrificing your own tranquility in the process. Or perhaps you're grappling with a sense of disappointment, a gnawing feeling that the family life you envisioned for your later years simply hasn't materialized. This constant striving to control outcomes that are inherently uncontrollable, this yearning for an ideal family life that may never fully materialize, is, in the Stoic view, the very source of our suffering. We invest so much of our emotional capital, our time, and our energy into these external circumstances, these other people's choices, behaviors, and emotions. And when they don't conform to our hopes, when they continue to cause distress, we feel helpless, angry, or profoundly sad. We believe that our peace hinges on their change, on their apology, on their understanding, on their acceptance. But that belief, however natural it may feel, traps us in a cycle of dependence and vulnerability. We become like a ship tossed on stormy seas, our course dictated not by our own compass, but by the unpredictable currents of familial drama. This incessant external focus diverts us from the one place where true power resides, within ourselves. It prevents us from cultivating the inner resilience necessary to weather these storms, leaving us exposed and exhausted. The true problem isn't necessarily the drama itself, but our ingrained response to it, our tenacious grip on the illusion of control, and our often unconscious belief that our own well-being is inextricably linked to the perfect functioning of our family unit. Stoic strategies for inner peace. Having acknowledged the persistent challenge of family drama, we now turn our gaze inward to the profound and transformative wisdom of Stoicism. This isn't about magical solutions, but about practical, time-tested strategies for cultivating an unshakable inner peace, regardless of the storms swirling around you. It's about learning to walk through the labyrinth of complex relationships, not with a sense of dread, but with a quiet strength and a clear compass. Each principle we explore is a tool, a guiding star, illuminating the path to emotional freedom. We'll delve into the very heart of Stoic thought, revealing how ancient philosophy can offer profoundly relevant answers to modern-day heartache. This journey is about empowering you to become the architect of your own tranquility, even when the foundations of family feel shaky. It's about remembering that while you cannot control the wind, you can absolutely adjust your sails. Let's explore these foundational pillars designed to help you reclaim your later years as a period of profound peace and contentment. Part 1. The dichotomy of control. Your freedom begins. Here, imagine for a moment two vast, distinct realms. One, a vibrant, lush garden, carefully tended by your own hands. Here, every seed you plant, every weed you pull, every drop of water you provide directly impacts the outcome. This is the realm of your control. Your thoughts, your judgments, your intentions, your responses, your virtues. You are the sovereign ruler here, wielding absolute power. Then, beyond its walls, lies an expansive, wild, and unpredictable terrain. This is the realm beyond your control. The weather, the opinions of others, their actions, their choices, the ever-shifting currents of fate, and yes, the often unpredictable dynamics of your family members. You can wish for sun, but you cannot command it. You can offer advice, but you cannot compel its acceptance. The Stoics, with their profound clarity, identified this as the dichotomy of control, and it is arguably the most liberating concept in their entire philosophy. We spend an inordinate amount of our precious energy, especially in the context of family drama, fruitlessly tugging at the weeds in the wild terrain. We agonize over why a sibling refuses to speak, why a child makes choices we disagree with, or why a parent holds on to old grievances. We try to persuade, to manipulate, to coerce, to demand, to beg, anything to bring that unruly outer realm into line with our desires. But this is like trying to empty the ocean with a teacup. It is an act of profound futility that leaves us exhausted, bitter, and perpetually disappointed. Think of it this way. Your peace of mind is a delicate lantern. When you constantly chase after things outside your control, a perfect family reunion, an apology that may never come, a change in someone else's character, you expose that lantern to harsh winds, threatening to extinguish its flame. But when you anchor your focus solely within your garden, within the realm of your own responses and choices, you shield that flame. You decide what thoughts to entertain, what judgments to accept, what reactions to permit. You choose to act with kindness, even when met with unkindness, to offer understanding, even when faced with misunderstanding, to cultivate patience, even when confronted with impatience. This isn't about becoming passive or indifferent. It's about intelligent engagement. You can influence others with your virtuous actions, your calm demeanor, your thoughtful words, but you must release the desperate need to control their reactions or outcomes. The moment you truly internalize this distinction, recognizing that your peace is dependent only on your choices, not theirs, is the moment a heavy burden lifts from your shoulders. It's the breath you didn't realize you were holding. It allows you to engage with family with a new kind of freedom. the freedom to offer your best self, and then to calmly accept whatever response comes your way, without letting it derail your inner harmony. It is in this radical acceptance of what is, and the fierce stewardship of what is truly yours, that the chains of family drama begin to loosen. Your freedom, your serenity, your peace truly begin and end with this fundamental understanding. Part 2. The art of premeditation of adversity. Premeditatio malorum. Preparing your inner fortress. The human mind, left unchecked, often tends towards optimism, hoping against hope that difficult situations will simply resolve themselves or that others will suddenly become reasonable. While a positive outlook has its place, the Stoics understood the immense power of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity. This isn't about being a pessimist, dwelling on doom and gloom, quite the opposite. It's about being a strategic realist, a wise navigator who charts the course by acknowledging potential storms, not by ignoring them. It's about building an inner fortress, not after the siege has begun, but long before. Consider a familiar family scenario. A holiday gathering that, historically, has always involved a particular tension. Perhaps a specific relative always brings up a sensitive topic, or old resentments tend to resurface. Our usual response might be to dread it, to anxiously hope that this time it will be different, or to try to avoid it altogether. The Stoic approach, however, invites you to gently, thoughtfully, and without judgment, anticipate these possibilities. Ask yourself, what are the potential pitfalls here? What difficult conversations might arise? How might I feel if X happens or if Y is said? What is the worst reasonable outcome? By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you strip them of their power to surprise and overwhelm you. Imagine yourself calm and composed, even if a familiar trigger is pulled. Envision yourself choosing a measured response over an impulsive reaction. Perhaps you decide in advance that if a certain topic comes up, you will gently redirect the conversation or politely excuse yourself for a moment. Perhaps you choose to offer a compassionate silence instead of an angry retort. This proactive mental exercise allows you to decide, before the moment arrives, how you will choose to respond, rather than merely reacting from a place of shock, anger, or hurt. The beauty of premeditatio malorum lies in its preventative power. When you mentally prepare for potential difficulties, you rob them of their emotional ambush. The sharp sting of a cutting remark is dulled because you've already considered its possibility. The shock of an unexpected confrontation is lessened because you've already visualized your calm response. This practice cultivates resilience, not just the ability to bounce back, but the ability to absorb a blow without being shattered. It's like a seasoned sailor who knows the waters well. They don't fear the storm, but respect its power and prepare their vessel accordingly. Moreover, this practice helps you to internalize the dichotomy of control even further. By considering the worst-case scenario, you naturally gravitate towards what is within your control: your reaction, your composure, your inner state. You recognize that you cannot control what others say or do, but you have absolute sovereignty over your own response. This forethought is not about inviting negativity. It's about building an unshakable inner peace, allowing you to face even the most challenging family dynamics with a quiet confidence, knowing you have already fortified your mind against their potential impact. It's a profound act of self-care, ensuring that your inner fortress remains unbreached, no matter what external winds may blow. Part 3. The internal citadel, cultivating your inner resilience. Your mind, dear friend, is your most precious possession. In the tumultuous seas of life, especially when buffeted by the often unpredictable currents of family drama, it serves as your ultimate refuge, your internal citadel. The Stoics believed this mental fortress to be impregnable, a sanctuary where true peace and freedom reside, immune to the chaos of the external world. When the storms of family drama rage outside, the heated arguments, the passive-aggressive jabs, the cutting remarks, the silent treatments, it is this inner sanctuary that must remain unbreached. But how do you build such a fortress? The bricks and mortar of your citadel are the Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These aren't abstract concepts. They are practical, actionable principles that you can embody in every moment. Wisdom helps you to discern what is truly important, to differentiate between what you can control and what you cannot, revisiting our dichotomy of control. It allows you to see situations clearly, stripping away emotional distortions and focusing on objective reality. When a family member lashes out, wisdom helps you to see their action as a misguided expression of their own inner turmoil rather than a personal attack on your worth. Courage isn't just about physical bravery. It's the moral courage to stand firm in your principles even when it's difficult. It's the courage to set healthy boundaries, to say no to draining obligations, to remain calm when others are emotional, or to walk away from a destructive conversation. It's the courage to choose your peace, even if it means discomfort for others or a temporary shift in a relationship dynamic. Justice extends beyond legal systems. It's about treating others fairly, with empathy and compassion, even when they are not acting justly towards you. It's about recognizing that everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have, and understanding that their harmful actions often stem from their own suffering or ignorance. It means striving to understand their perspective, even if you can't condone their behavior. And temperance, or self-control, is the mastery over your own impulses and desires. It's the ability to pause before reacting, to choose a thoughtful response over an automatic one, to manage your anger, your frustration, your need to be right. It's the discipline to protect your inner peace by not allowing external events to dictate your internal state. When you feel the familiar tug of frustration or anger, the burning desire to retaliate, retreat within this citadel. Ask yourself, is this truly within my sphere of influence? Is my peace dependent on this external outcome? Am I acting in accordance with my highest values? By consistently exercising these virtues, you strengthen your internal world, making it increasingly impervious to the emotional slings and arrows that once pierced you so deeply. You become anchored, rooted, able to withstand the strongest gales without being uprooted. This isn't about becoming unfeeling, it's about becoming unshakable. It's about knowing that no matter what chaos erupts around you, your deeper sense of self, your inner calm, and your fundamental well-being remains safe within the fortress you have meticulously built. Your peace is your greatest treasure, and cultivating your internal citadel is the ultimate act of guarding it. Part 4. The Impermanence of Things and the Value of Time. Memento Mori. Reclaiming your precious moments. Life, dear friends, truly rushes by like a fleeting dream. One moment we are navigating the energetic complexities of youth. The next, we find ourselves reflecting on a lifetime of experiences. The Stoics were acutely aware of memento mori. the profound, yet often misunderstood, reminder of our mortality. This isn't a grim invitation to despair, quite the opposite. It is in fact an incredibly liberating and empowering concept when applied to the enduring challenge of family drama. It asks us to confront a fundamental truth. Our time on this earth, especially in these later precious years, is a finite and incredibly valuable resource. Think of it this way. Every moment spent dwelling on past hurts, every hour consumed by replaying old arguments, every day spent futilely trying to control or change others is a moment irrevocably lost from the precious time you have remaining. Are these fleeting, often unproductive engagements truly worthy of another minute of your peace, another hour of your joy, another day of your finite existence? When viewed through the lens of impermanence, when you truly grasp the preciousness of each passing second, the answer often becomes strikingly, brutally clear. The Stoics urged us to live each day as if it were our last, not in a hedonistic sense, but with a profound appreciation for its unique value. This perspective shifts your priorities dramatically. Suddenly, the trivial argument that once consumed you seems insignificant. The need to be right in a family dispute pales in comparison to the desire for inner peace. You begin to question, is this argument, this grievance, truly worthy of my remaining time? Does this interaction bring me closer to the kind of life I want to live? Or does it drag me further into a well of resentment and frustration? This awareness fosters a deep sense of urgency for living well. It encourages you to prioritize what truly matters: your inner tranquility, your chosen contributions, your genuine connections, and the pursuit of your own well-being. It helps you to disengage from battles that cannot be won, from narratives that cannot be rewritten by your hand alone. You develop a discerning eye, recognizing that some family interactions, while perhaps unavoidable, do not need to consume your mental or emotional landscape. You learn to be present without being entangled, to observe without absorbing, to participate without being overwhelmed. Memento Mori is an invitation to choose your focus with profound intentionality. It's about embracing the present moment, releasing the burdens of the past, and preparing for the future by cultivating your inner strength today. It empowers you to say with quiet dignity, "My time is too precious to spend on this endless cycle of pain. I choose peace. I choose to invest my remaining moments in that which truly nourishes my soul." In this realization, you reclaim not just minutes or hours, but the very essence of your remaining life, dedicating it to profound well-being rather than perennial struggle. Part 5. Understanding the sphere of choice and influence. Redefining your power. Let's visualize two concentric circles, an ancient Stoic metaphor for understanding where your true power lies. The inner circle is your sphere of choice. This is your inviolable domain, where you have absolute, undisputed power. It encompasses your thoughts, your judgments, your intentions, your reactions, your virtues, your character, and your actions. This is where you are sovereign. No one can force you to think a certain way, to feel a certain emotion, or to abandon your deepest values. This is your unshakable core. The outer circle is your sphere of influence. This represents what you can try to affect, but ultimately cannot control. It includes the opinions of others, their behaviors, their choices, their emotions, external events, and yes, the often complex actions and reactions of your family members. You can try to persuade them, to understand them, to offer support, but you cannot dictate their free will or their response. The vast majority of distress and frustration stemming from family drama arises when we mistakenly believe we have control over that outer circle. We invest immense emotional energy trying to force a family member to apologize, to make them see our point of view, to compel them to change their habits, or to demand that they act in a way that aligns with our expectations. This is like trying to move a mountain by shouting at it. It's a futile exercise that drains your spirit and leaves you feeling helpless. The Stoic path encourages us to radically disengage from the outer circle when it becomes a source of distress, and to instead fully embrace and nurture our power within the inner circle. It's about recognizing where your power truly lies and wielding it wisely. When a family member's behavior causes you pain, instead of trying to change them, pivot to your inner circle. Ask, how can I choose to react to this? What judgment am I making about this situation that is causing me suffering? How can I act in accordance with my own virtues, with patience, wisdom, or courage, regardless of their actions? This isn't about becoming a doormat or passively accepting mistreatment. It's about strategic engagement. You can set boundaries, an action within your sphere of choice. You can express your feelings calmly and clearly, an action within your sphere of choice. You can choose to limit contact if a relationship is consistently toxic, a powerful action within your sphere of choice. But you release the desperate need for their response to be what you desire. You offer your best, and then you let go of the outcome. By consistently operating within your sphere of choice, you reclaim your agency. You become the master of your own emotional state, rather than a pawn in someone else's drama. This understanding empowers you to navigate family dynamics with a profound sense of self-possession and tranquility. You stop trying to control the uncontrollable and instead focus on cultivating your own flourishing independent of external circumstances. This is the ultimate freedom, knowing that your peace is truly in your hands, your sovereign choice. We've journeyed through ancient wisdom, dissecting the true nature of control, preparing our minds for adversity, fortifying our inner citadels, and understanding the precious, fleeting nature of our time. Now we arrive at the pivotal moment, the climax of our Stoic exploration, the point where all these threads converge into a single, profound truth. This isn't just theory. This is the moment of unveiling, the moment you grasp the deepest power available to you. This is not about cutting ties, dear friends, or abandoning those you genuinely love. It's not about becoming cold or indifferent or uncaring. Quite the opposite. It is about a radical, deeply compassionate act of self-preservation. It is about understanding with every fiber of your being that your peace is a precious, non-negotiable asset. It is your inherent right, a treasure you've earned through a lifetime of experience, effort, and growth. And no one, absolutely no one, has the power to take it from you unless you willingly surrender it. This is the moment when you look at the swirling chaos of a family dynamic, the endless arguments, the unspoken resentments, the manipulative behaviors, the cycles of blame, and with a quiet, unwavering strength, you make a conscious, sovereign decision. I will not be consumed by this. I choose my inner calm. I choose my peace. It's the realization that true love, true connection, can exist alongside healthy boundaries. It can exist alongside the profound wisdom to release what is not yours to carry. It's the understanding that you can offer empathy, kindness, and support without sacrificing your own well-being. You can listen without internalizing, observe without reacting, and engage without becoming entangled. You realize that your value, your worth, and your happiness are not contingent upon the perfect behavior of others or the resolution of every familial dispute. They are inherent within you. This moment of choice, this profound shift in perspective, is where true freedom from family drama begins. It's the decision to consciously step off the emotional roller coaster that others might be riding. It's recognizing that their storm is their storm, and you have the power to stay anchored in your own calm harbor. You are not responsible for their emotions, their reactions, or their interpretations of your actions. You are only responsible for your own. This isn't a passive surrender, it's an active reclamation. It's the courage to say, I am an adult, and I choose how I will engage with my reality. It's the quiet power of walking away from an argument that serves no purpose, of changing the subject when a conversation turns toxic, of limiting contact when a relationship consistently diminishes your spirit. It's the strength to respond with silence when anger demands a retort, or with a gentle smile when provocation seeks a fight. It's choosing to respond from a place of virtue rather than merely reacting from a place of hurt. This climactic realization empowers you to live in accordance with your deepest values, free from the dictates of external chaos. You become the serene observer of the passing drama rather than its captive participant. This is your life, your precious remaining time. Reclaim it, not for endless struggle, but for profound, well-deserved peace. This is your moment. Conclusion. Reclaiming your golden years. As we draw this profound reflection to a close, let us gently gather the threads of wisdom we've woven together. This journey has not been about magic or quick fixes, but about embracing the timeless, practical truths offered by Stoic philosophy. We began by acknowledging the often heavy burden of family drama, a weight that can obscure the very joy and peace you deserve in your later years. But then, we embarked on a powerful internal shift, arming ourselves with ancient yet eternally relevant tools. Remember the core tenets of our Stoic journey. First, the profound liberation found in the dichotomy of control. Understanding that true freedom begins when you recognize what is genuinely in your power, your thoughts, your reactions, your choices, and release the futile struggle to control what is not. Second, the proactive strength of premeditatio malorum, preparing your mind for potential challenges not out of pessimism, but from a place of clear-eyed wisdom, stripping adversity of its power to ambush your peace. Third, the unshakable security of your internal citadel, built with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, creating an inner sanctuary where your tranquility remains sovereign no matter the external storms. Fourth, the poignant and ultimately empowering truth of memento mori, reminding us of the precious, finite nature of our time, urging us to invest our moments wisely, choosing peace over perennial conflict. And finally, the clarity gained from understanding your sphere of choice and influence, empowering you to focus your energy where it truly counts, recognizing your agency and releasing the illusion of control over others. Letting go of family drama isn't about indifference, it's about profound wisdom. It's not about abandoning those you love. It's about setting boundaries that protect your well-being and allow for healthier, more authentic connections. It's about choosing peace over turmoil, serenity over striving, and inner freedom over external validation. Your later years are a gift, a sacred chapter meant for reflection, growth, and joy. Reclaim them for yourself. You have the power within you right now to cultivate a life rich in tranquility, dignity, and purpose, regardless of the noise around you. Embrace your inner Stoic and walk forward with an unburdened heart. Your journey to inner peace continues. If the wisdom shared today has resonated with you, if it has offered even a glimmer of peace or a new perspective on the challenges you face, then know that your journey to a more tranquil and resilient life has only just begun. The principles of Stoicism are not mere theories. They are practical, profound tools for navigating the complexities of modern existence, especially as we embrace our later years. We understand that letting go of long-held burdens and reshaping ingrained reactions takes time, reflection, and consistent practice. That's why we've created the Stoic Philosophy YouTube channel, a dedicated space for you to continue this vital exploration. We delve deeper into these timeless ideas, offering insights and strategies that empower your mind, strengthen your spirit, and bring lasting serenity to your daily life. Don't let this moment of inspiration fade. Take the next step towards cultivating the profound inner peace you deserve. We invite you to explore the other videos on our channel, each crafted to provide valuable guidance on living a more virtuous, resilient, and contented life. And to ensure you don't miss any future wisdom, simply subscribe to the Stoic Philosophy channel now and activate the notification bell. Thank you, dear friends, for dedicating your precious time to this conversation, for opening your hearts and minds to these ancient truths. It is our sincerest hope that this video has offered you comfort, clarity, and renewed strength. May your days be filled with serenity, your mind with clarity, and your heart with an unshakable peace. Until next time, be well and choose wisely.
Thank you for watching this video here on the Stoic Philosophy. If you found value in this, I invite you to explore more videos on the channel. There's so much more wisdom to uncover. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.